The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's the longtime Bronco, Jason Elam, to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. Jones breaking from the contact. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hill looking to throw it here with the first play. And the catch made by Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Hill. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Hill. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Operating from the gun. Hill. Right side catch. This is Gates. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So here we go on 4th. Hill. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Nix to the air. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. It leads to a first down. No score after one on EA Sports. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as we watch this long drive continue to begin quarter two. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing Nix. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Paul Krause.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. On the out route, he finds Johnston. And he goes out right around the 39. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Hill. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Hill now to throw. Hill shedding the tackle, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for it.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. They run again with Dillon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Dillon. He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down. Hill. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A.J. Dillon as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Here's Nix. Looking deep for Julio. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And a good kick pays off as he's only able to get this out past the 10-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To the right side, this is Dillon. Taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 20. Touchdown! A.J. Dillon, 88 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Elam, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Julio Jones, 71 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. To throw, here's Nix. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. A give for Dillon running right. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now it's Nix. Steps away to his left. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon with now his 2nd touchdown of this third quarter. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Elam, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To throw is Hill. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They snap it on 4th to Hill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. To throw is Nix. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running right, here's Dillon. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. You noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Slot man moves right. Operating from the gun. Nix got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Back to throw. Nix rolling to his right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Bo Nix.
A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. This is 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here's 2nd down.
Now it's Hill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
On 4th down, Hill. That is caught. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Now the first carry for Doug Martin.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
And remember, a field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Hill. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And some room to run now. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Now Hill.
That's taken in by Dulcich.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll run. Martin. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Second down, goal to go.
One last throw here for Hill. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for 2 and try and win it right now?
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. And that's caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone. No flags. And there may be a play away from winning the football game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
This ball intercepted.
Picked up by the all-time interception king, Paul Krause.
And the Raiders are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal